South Carolina will be the first team in the post-game interview room. In addition to Coach Staley, they're also bringing Taisha Harris and Alexis Jennings. Baylor will be bringing Kalani Brown, Dee Dee Richards, and Lauren Cox. South Carolina is on their way, and while we're waiting for them, this is a good time for you to silence your cell phones and electronic devices. Just a reminder, there is no flash photography allowed. If you have a question, please raise your hand and wait for the microphone to get to you. We have 2 mic holders. Identify yourself by name and by media, and then designate, especially with the student athletes, who the questions are for. The format, again, is the same. We'll have a brief opening statement from Coach, then we'll go to questions for the student athletes first, and then we'll have questions for Coach. So Coach Staley, a brief opening statement, please.
I'm super proud of our team for playing as hard as they did for 40 minutes. Obviously, we didn't execute what we needed to execute, and that was because of, the challenge that Baylor posed for our team. But proud of their effort, proud of being able to sit here and participate in the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. We look forward to a brighter future.
Questions for the student athletes, and please designate who the question's for. Any questions for the student athletes, please? The fourth row.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Alexis, can you just talk about the inside matchup and I guess with Kalani and Lauren, how difficult that is, containing them?
It was pretty difficult, we're giving up a lot of height advantage with them, but I feel like we did the best that we could. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Any other questions? Thank you, ladies. Questions for Coach Staley? In the third row on the left.
Chad Conan, Waco Tribune Herald. With all the things about Baylor that you have to defend, when Dede Richards pops up and has an offensive night like she has tonight, does that make it that much harder to contain them?
Yeah. Their guards are solid. Obviously, if given the opportunity, they take advantage of the opportunities that they have. I thought we just got our defense off balance a little bit, especially when we took some shots and it allowed Dede to get out and get some transition buckets that were uncontested.
Questions for Coach? Over here on the right.
Yeah, Coach David Newton with ESPN.com. You obviously know what a national championship team looks like. What does Baylor look like to you right now?
Baylor has all the key ingredients to be a national champion. They got size, they have athleticism, they have an ability to beat you in a lot of different places. You definitely have to game plan for them, and you have to adjust to how their style of play. And that's, their load. We had post players that were, not as big, but as imposing. And that led us to a national championship, although they didn't play in the same game. Just the day-to-day beat down that we imposed on other teams was a great thing to experience, and not so much when you're on the other side of it.
In the fourth row.
Coach, y'all had kind of dug a big hole, got back to within like 14, 15, and then, I think Baylor reeled off. Were you feeling like you're back in it at that point? You'd gotten it back down to 15, 16 points?
I thought we had some momentum. Yeah, and then I think we missed a free throw that could got us down to 15. Here's the bottom line, that we didn't really harp on as a staff, and you just don't want to put that much pressure on your young team, and that only maybe 3 players have experienced being in the Sweet 16, actually being in the 3 or 4 players, and the roles that some of the ones that wasn't a part of those Sweet 16s and those Elite 8s and the Final Fours. This is their first time, and to ask them to perform at a high level against a national championship contender team, was a bit much. But we didn't want to mention that. But when you actually have to, decompress and look at it, it's hard, for them to have to be able to do that at this level. So I'm pretty encouraged by the returning players, and I'm encouraged by some of the future players that we have coming into our program that will have enough experience if we're able to get back to this level of basketball.
In the front row.
Dawn, looking back on this season with, all of the newness that you mentioned so much, what are some of the other buzzwords that will describe this season once you kind of wrap everything up?
I think we've achieved where the potential of this team. I don't think we lacked the potential. I thought getting to the second weekend of this tournament would be, a real goal for us. I didn't say that out loud, obviously, but I thought it was a real goal, that attainable goal to reach for. Obviously, we wanted to end somewhere else like Tampa, but we just didn't have enough. When you look at, what was on our roster, you look at the inexperience of players who had to make an impact for us consistently, the depth of our roster, the injuries in the beginning of the season. It was just hard to build that chemistry. So once we got healthy, I thought we could get, to this game. And if we got to this game, we had to play almost perfect basketball to advance.
Any more questions for Coach in the front?
And also, Dawn, you will have some experienced players, some seniors like Cooper and Harrigan and Harris next year. Are those automatically your leaders for next year, or is that something you have to impress upon them? When does that leadership training start?
Well, they make their debut today, right now. This is it. This is it for them. They're seniors. They got one more year to perform for us. So they're auditioning for, who's going to be the leader of our team in this next year.
Over here on the left.
Debbie Stroman, WCHL. Dawn, can you speak to your rivalry with Kim, two former great point guards now leading great programs?
Well, the rivalry is lopsided. We're 0-2, but I think Kim's done a great job at making a huge transition, and I know she's been doing this for a very long time, from being a great point guard to a great coach, a national championship coach. And, I think we give hope to some other current players and other former players that it can get done as far as being successful in the coaching ranks and impacting young people's lives on a daily basis is something that I guess we have been impacted by the coaches and the mentors that have been in our lives at a young age, that allows us to have some success while returning a favor to some young people.
Any more questions? Coach, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
South Carolina's locker room will remain open till approximately 4:33. Baylor's locker room is open now. Will be open till about 4:36. Again, Baylor will be bringing with them Kalani Brown, Dee Dee Richards, and Lauren Cox. go ahead and get started with Baylor. And, of course, to my left is Coach Kim Mulkey, Kalani Brown, Dee Dee Richards, and Lauren Cox. Again, the format, Coach will have a brief opening statement. Then we'll go to questions for the student-athletes only, and then go to questions for Coach. Coach?
I don't have an opening statement, so we can go straight to the kids. How's that?
Okay, that'll be great. Questions for either the student-athletes. Please designate who the question's for. Right here in the fourth row in the middle.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Dee Dee, obviously you scored a lot of those on backdoor cuts. Was that a specific game plan, or was that just something that happened?
That's something that's going to happen if they continue, to double team our post. So I'm just thankful that they're able to find me backside.
Right in the fifth row right there.
Travis Lynn, Women's Hoops World. Kalani, can you describe what it's like to have the luxury of being able to put up like a quiet 18-10, if such a thing exists, while Lauren and Dee Dee were going bonkers?
That's great. I was scoring, but I was also passing and able to find my teammates. And when everybody's scoring, I'm happy. So if I can take this out in 18-10, that's fine. Okay.
The third row right here on the left.
Chad Conan, Waco Tribune Herald. Lauren, this game sort of mirrored the first game against them when you guys were up 25, I think, in the first half. How important was that to sort of repeat that and get up on them and not let them hang around?
It was important just because they are capable of just going on some runs because they're really quick in transition. They can knock down some threes like they did late. So just to get up like that and keep that lead was pretty important for us.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Up on the left, on about the seventh row.
Kalani going to be going against Megan Gustafson tomorrow, or Monday, whenever it is. Obviously, Player of the Year. What are your thoughts going into that matchup?
I played against a lot of great post players, so she'll just be another one that is going to challenge me. We're both lefties. I know, kind of seeing her play, we're kind of alike, so that should be interesting. I'm excited to play.
Right here in the third row.
Kalani, you had a pretty sweet behind-the-back pass to Dee Dee for a layup there. Talk about that play and just seeing her points kind of escalate today.
I was really upset about that pass, by the way, if anybody wanted to know.
Oh, please, you were open. She was open.
She could have got there quicker.
It was a little flat. It was a little flashy. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I might have did that on purpose, but I don't know. I was able to find Dee Dee a lot, and it was just working. So I was just trying to get it there. I was trying to be fancy that 1-1, but yes. She caught it, scored it, made me look good. It's all about making your teammate look good, So, thank you, Dee Dee.
Right, Cannon, tell him.
Right here in the left on the third row.
W. Stroman, WCHL. Dee Dee, clearly this team is very, very impressive. Tell me about how you're handling the pressure in terms of getting to the Final Four.
I wouldn't say pressure unless it's pressure on ourselves, but we don't really feel pressure from everyone else. I would say we just play our game. We go out there and we, we're being ourselves. So we're just happy to get to the Final Four, get to the Elite Eight at least, and, make it to the Final Four eventually.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Right here in the fourth row in the middle.
Dee Dee, they cut it to 16 there in the third quarter. They scored a lot of points in that third quarter, but you guys responded. I think Kalani hit a bucket, then you hit a couple of layups. How important was that when they're on that run for you guys to respond?
The game of basketball is a game full of runs, so we really just need to learn. We handled it well because we didn't get into ourselves when they went on that run. I think we handled it well by looking at each other and just calming down. If you look at your teammate and like Lauren is like, Dee Dee, you got it, calm down. Or Lonnie's like, Dee Dee, we got this. And I'm like, okay. And then I feel all right. So I just passed the message on to Juicy or Chloe. So I think we really have each other in a like a little circle, a tight little circle.
Any more questions?
Thank you.
And we'll go ahead and excuse the student athletes. And questions for Coach Mulkey?
Does he want me?
Questions for Coach? Right in the fourth row in the middle.
Kim, same kind of question I asked Dee Dee, and I know that's part of the offense, but was that a game plan going in to use Dee Dee that much, or did that just happen?
Jerry, that's happened all year. I think they just read each other. They watch, or particularly Dee Dee, because, you know, people don't think, you know, she's going to be an offensive threat. So she reads what her defender does, and then she knows where to cut, when to cut, and they've just got that connection. That's from playing a lot of games together. So no, it wasn't like we just went in and said, you're going to get this. It just, she's been doing that all year.
The third row on the left.
Another sort of game plan question. You guys threw it over the top of their defense a lot in pushing the ball in transition. Was that something that you saw that you could do against them?
Yes. You know, you try to prepare for everything, and I read a lot of things and try to figure out what it is that we may see that we didn't see last time. And I think Coach Staley was trying to say that fast versus big. So we're pretty fast too. We're not just a bunch of slugs running the floor with two big girls. Those kids can get up and down the floor, and our guards are going to push it, and we're going to wait a step or two for them to run foul line to foul line. So I was just looking at that. You know, our transition buckets were like 25-9. And so we're going to run. We're not walking the ball up the floor. And I thought that was big. I thought the second thing they might try to do is shoot more threes, because we've seen that against us this year. And if we could, you know, hold them to or limit them to a few number of threes, because that's not really their game. Their game is to drive. Well, we know when you drive what you're going to see. There's going to be two bigs waiting for you, and we needed to help the helper. We got beat on that 2 or 3 times. That we did go over and didn't do a very good job. But I thought we ran with them. We got the transition buckets, and we didn't allow them to get a lot of transition buckets or threes.
In the middle, fourth row.
Kim, they made a run there in the third quarter, got it to 16, and you guys responded. What were they doing to kind of get back in it? And then, you know, how important was it for you guys not to let them keep cutting into that lead?
They got to the foul line. We were hacking and trying to block shots. They got into the paint. They were dribble penetrating, trying to make some exciting things happen for themselves. And then they started pressing us a little bit more. With a little bit more force, or should I say energy, in the third quarter. You're down, 26, so you gamble, and you just try to make things happen. And there were times we didn't handle it well, but then we would score. I thought we did fine. I wish that, you know, I could have given Chloe, not anybody else, but Chloe a little bit more of a breather. But Chloe, this is as far as she's ever been in the playoffs, and that's what I told her. I know you're tired, but you're fixing to get to play in an Elite 8 game. Can you go a few more minutes? And she said, yeah, Coach, I got this.
Third row on the left.
A couple of things. Just is that when you were head-to-head with her, is that what you told her at that point?
That was some of what I told her, and I can't remember other things.
Right.
But, yes, she was tired. She was hurting on the defensive end. She couldn't even close out one time on a three-point shooter because she knew as soon as they scored, she was going to have to get ready to break a press. And usually Juicy can relieve her a little bit, but I took Juicy out early. She'd gotten stripped there one time. And but I thought inside one-on-one, it's been a long time since we've seen one-on-one coverage on the post. Yes, Dee Dee scored a lot on it, but when we were cutting and scoring, they got out of that. So we were able to isolate Kalani a lot and Cox down there. I thought Cox was so valuable to us in the middle of the press. Sometimes she thinks she's a guard, and you have to tell her, pick your dribble up. They're coming from behind, give the ball to a point guard. But she'll take off, and like I've told you, she can play any position on the floor. She was scoring at the end of the press.
And then same question I asked Lauren, how important was it to kind of throw a haymaker and get up 20 on them and not let them hang around?
Well, I don't know if we just throw a haymaker. It's hard, Chad. Listen, we're on a roll, and that's what it takes in the playoffs. You need to get on a roll. You need to stay healthy and have a little bit of luck. And these kids are focused. These kids, they've never wavered in how they approach a basketball game. They're funny. They're talented. Elite Eight Monday.
Over on the left on the third row.
Debbie Stroman, WCHL. Certainly there's lots on your mind preparing for this game, but can you reflect at all having two women coach former point guards at this level, having very, very solid programs?
Was Bluter a point guard? Still. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about today's game? Look, I'm not in her league. That child, I call her a child because I coached when she was playing. I was at Louisiana Tech. Dawn Staley she's a competitor. I watch her when she won her national championship. I watched her interview, and in her moment of just pure enjoyment and exciting, she was still challenging her players. I particularly remember Cuevas Moore. She wanted to transfer out, remember, and all those people back in New York were trying to get her to leave, and she basically won the national championship for them. And I just told her, don't ever change who you are. That's what makes you great. And she's got a great recruiting class coming in, and Dawn Staley's just a tremendous, tremendous ambassador for the sport. She was a great player for Debbie Ryan at Virginia, and she's doing great things at South Carolina.
Any more questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
The Baylor locker room will be open for at least a few more minutes to 4:36.